Hello, everyone. Yes, we are so back. Hello, Neo. Hey, Cayman. Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like a fool trying to enjoy Civ 7. No, that's not what I mean to say. People think I'm a fool because I still enjoy Civ 7, but I'm so excited for this new patch. Hopefully, it'll bring more people to our side. And hello, Thorite. It's so nice to see you. How's everyone doing? We are so back. Yes, yes, yes. That was awful. I just went Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm gonna say even Thursday. I just went 5 days without any internet in my apartment at all. We don't even have phone service in the apartment, so it was better than you would think it should have gone because we've just been busy going out and about. But man, trying to like just message my mom has been really tough. And I missed another patch day. I always miss patch days. I don't get phone service. I don't get phone service. I don't know what it is. I think the walls are really thick. So I'm at one bar. So I go up to the windows and I hold my phone up to the window. And neither does Dr. Crow because we have the same phone plan. We're both pay as you go phone plans, and then the cafe nearby doesn't have free internet. So I went to the cafe because my grades were due on Tuesday night. And so I go on Monday. I guess it was, yeah, I go on Monday and I'm like, oh, they don't have Wi Fi here. Oh my God, Neo. Thank you so much for resubscribing. Welcome in again. Thank you, Ski. Thank you, everyone. It was brutal. So yeah, and then the cafe didn't have internet, so I connected my phone to my laptop and did hotspot to Mark to grade for you Americans, and I immediately got a message that my phone internet has been capped because I've used too much. So I had to pay another $10 to get another 5 gigs on my phone just so I could grade. And I finished grading. My semester is finally done. I'm done grading, and I have to say I'm such a pushover. Hi, Dan. Good morning. How are you doing? I am the biggest pushover because I told the students, first of all, my late policy is you message me before the deadline, I will give you an extension, period. Like, no matter what the excuse is, message me before the deadline and you will get an extension. Guess how many students took me up on that? Like 1%. I had at least like I would say half the class still ghosted me, didn't respond, didn't submit. And that's because maybe at the beginning of the semester, we came to an agreement, like we made the syllabus together. We came up with like late penalties together. We went back and forth, we negotiated different options, and we decided it's 1% per day if they don't submit and they don't message me. So if they ghost me and then submit, they will have 1% per day off on just that grade. And then people just didn't submit the work until the day before grades were due. And then even then, I was like, if I do 1% per day, they're going to fail and they've done the work. And so I did it business days. I didn't count weekends. So it was only like 50% off. They're different from pre-lockdown Gen Z like you. I didn't know you're Gen Z, Dan. Can you explain your species to me? Why don't you just message me? Just message me. Ask for the damn deadline or extension. Yeah, I'm such a pushover. And then even then, guys, one of my students messaged me saying you gave me an A, but it's 98%, so it should be an A plus. I was like, I didn't know you guys do A pluses, but then I went in and I changed her grade to an A plus. I was like, it's the same GPA. It's all 4.0, but I don't. And like, I showed her the grade scale. I'm like, it doesn't matter, A or A plus. It's both 4.0, and she kept trying to find like proof that it's gonna be like more than 4.0, and it's still just a 4.0. But I still gave her the A plus. Hi, Go Paco. How are you doing? You would message your brain wasn't broken by having high school during COVID. I just don't get it. And you know what? Like, Dan, they were brilliant. Like, some of the students they handed in things late, they were brilliant in class. Their assignments were amazing. And that's the thing. Some of the best work was handed in late. And so, I'm as someone who's chronically late all the time in handing in assignments, I just I don't know. I was like, the work is so good. Like, do I really penalize them for just submitting late, even though they did amazing work? Some AP classes actually give up to 5.0 for their GPA. That does not make sense to me. What the heck is a 5.0? Hi, Benjamin. I read that as pie slay. Pie slay, we're alive. We're alive and we're alive. Yes, I mean they were heavily penalized for being late, which makes me so sad because if it just was on time, it would have been an A grade. But I mean, for the first time in my life, I gave out Fs. I gave out Ds. It just makes me sad. I want them to succeed. I don't want to give those grades out. So it was kind of sad, but most of them did well. Most of them were fine. One of them never showed up, never submitted a thing, never messaged me back, but they're still registered in the course. And I messaged them many times like, you still haven't dropped, by the way. I don't know who you are. You're still on my grade roster. Instead of the scale going up to 4.0, it goes up to 5.0, but non-AP classes can only give you up to 4.0 for their GPA. It doesn't make any sense. No, I don't understand it. I guess that's how people get like a 4.7 or something. I've seen that on like the Reddit pages of like, am I gonna get into the school? I've never seen that. And the funny thing is in Canada, we have a different grading scale than the US. And it takes me a moment, like I've been here for 6 years, so I know the different scale, but it takes me a moment to realize like, right, in America, a B plus is anything above 87. Sorry, that doesn't make sense. A B plus is 87 to 90. No, it's like, yeah, 87 to 89, I think is a B plus. Like a A minus is 90 to 93. Whereas my school, U of T, an A was anything above 85 to 100 was the same grade. It was all 4.0 if I'm remembering correctly. And then an A minus was 80 to 85, which I thought was amazing because there's just not a lot of wiggle room in the 90s to like clarify to the students, you need to improve. But I don't want to give you a B. You're not B level, but there's still so much room for improvement. You'd be a genius. Well, then, I mean, professors would just give 85s. Everyone's grade was 85%, which was still an A, which was fine, still 4.0, but there's like more, you can take off 15 marks like that. Yeah, why does it jump from D to F? That was confusing to me too. But D, like, I've never even encountered a D in my life, as in, I've never heard of her. I don't know who she is. I've never seen my classmates get it. I just feel like Ds don't really exist. Just give the F or give a C. What's the point of a D? Yeah, and that's the thing though, right? Like, well, thankfully, like one of my students who messaged me and told me she's going to be late. That's the thing. Your perfectionism should come hand in hand with communication skills. The one who communicated from day one that she needs accommodations and she's going to hand things in late. Her assignment was like beyond comparison to everyone else's. It was just so much better, or just so much more detailed, so much more well researched, just literally perfect. Perfectionism to a T. And I was like, you didn't need to do all that. You could have just handed it in on time and done much less. But it was so good. Can I start playing? No, I have to go over patch notes. But we're gonna get started here, Khaled. How are you doing? Ooh. Yeah, turn off notifications. Okay. I haven't even taken a look at the patch. Hey Harris, how are you doing? Right, Ski. And I messaged all my students who never got back to me about extensions. I was like, communication is also a skill, you need to work on. Me too, Thorite. Me too. But once you get to your PhD level, I think the opposite is true. I think better work is better than subpar work at this point in my life. I think it's better to do things well than early or on time. Okay, about one of the patch notes. Let's see, go Vaco. Where are we thinking here? So is it about Switch players? What's happening to Switch? They're still coming early, Jude. Okay, so it's for Switch, it's gonna come on time. We just got it early, the PC players. But pour one out for Switch players. That sucks. What is this? This is what they're working on. So we can move past that. Should we just watch the video? Okay, so not really backwards compatible, which is fine. Disable mods. I'm running all my mods. I've updated them. There's only 3 to update. So we'll see how that works out. That's a good point. Yeah. Like the bar doesn't matter in the same way as like if I do good work in my PhD in my classes, those articles can become publishable. So it's like it's my work. I take ownership over it and it's not something I'm writing just to get an A in the class. Like what I'm doing is supposed to be for my future career in terms of publishing. But in terms of like orals, I think it's the same. I don't know if you know about the oral examinations in PhDs, but I wasted time. I wasted time memorizing things. And it's so, I don't know if the bar is the same way, Ski, but it's so, what's the word? Like overwhelming the amount of information you have to learn and just regurgitate and just like regurgitate on a exam, and then you leave, and I just like was ready to dump all that information out of my brain. It didn't stick. It doesn't stick for me when it's for an exam. I'm just trying to think, like, did any of it stick? No, none of it did. I have like faint memories of reading certain books, but if you ask me now what was the argument, what were the chapters about, what were some of the main examples, I could maybe remember 5% of the books I read. So definitely wasted time. The video is good. Okay. Should we do it full screen? Let's check the sound here. Ooh, hopefully it's not too loud. Can we make this more HD? No. I don't know if it matters. It just needs to be the same as what I'm streaming, I guess. Ooh, what's this music?
Hey Civ fans, Carl Harrison here, game designer at Firaxis. Let's start with something you've all been waiting for, a brand new map type you can now play on Pangea Plus.
Excuse me, this is what I'm so excited for. Oh my god, we're definitely going to be playing Pangea a lot. This is the main map type I played on Civ 6. It's perfect for war. It's perfect for, I mean, just avoiding naval stuff because sometimes you're just not in the mood. I'm allergic to Pangea. No, I love it. I'm super excited for this. People, I saw on Reddit, someone posted this is fixed Civ 7 for them. So this is going to be amazing. It's Pangea Plus, I guess, because they're still going to need islands for the distant lands mechanic. Which, okay. No, let's not get into it.
Pangea maps have always had a special place in the hearts of players who love a good all-out brawl.
Yeah, so why the hell did you get rid of it for distant lands? That's what I was going to say.
Pangea Plus brings this gameplay to Civ 7, with all civs starting on a shared central homeland surrounded by a scattering of islands. These islands will have treasure resources that you'll want to grab during the exploration age. These contested distant lands islands make naval gameplay especially viable, But be warned, you'll need to invest in a strong army if you find yourself on this map type, surrounded by leaders like Xerxes, Amina, and Harriet Tubman.
Okay, well, why are they singling out Xerxes here? That's so rude. Naval stuff is still quite important, just not mandatory. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see how far the islands are. I think that's gonna make a huge difference. If it's close enough that you don't need shipbuilding and you, like your scout or settlers will survive without shipbuilding, then I think you can basically focus on other things in the tech tree, which is it's been so annoying just every time having to go straight for shipbuilding, right? Because then you don't really get to explore what else is available in exploration age. I don't actually know if there is something else worth prioritizing in the tech tree, but I guess we'll have to see. Yeah, like why is Harriet Tubman here? Also, she's so nice to me all the time.
Human players will now be
One
able to
time.
spawn on both hemispheres in a multiplayer game in any age.
Okay,
You know-
what's the benefit of this? Like, why were people asking for this? By the way, we're doing a multiplayer game on Saturday. Maybe I'm gonna be there. I need to hold my place as a maybe, because moving stuff.
Players have felt limited by the human player limit, so we've increased the max human count
Ooh.
on all maps for antiquity and exploration to be the same as the overall max player count. So if the max for a map is 8, you can have up to 8 human players in your game.
Awesome.
If all the human players in a game can fit on the same hemisphere, they'll still be grouped together. But once there's too many human players to fit in a single hemisphere, they'll now be split up evenly between both.
So like the first 5
Your
go on
homelands will
one,
be the distant lands for players on the other
or
hemisphere,
evenly. Okay, never mind.
and vice
Oh, that's
versa.
pretty good actually.
By popular demand, raising penalties
Wait,
have-
what did he say? What about dissonance?
and vice versa. Your homelands will be the distant lands for players on the other hemisphere, and vice versa.
Okay, well, we saw this was coming even before the game was released, right? Ed Beach was asked, literally, do your homelands count as distant lands for the distant land civs? And he said no, but it's something we're working on, which blew my mind because it seems kind of necessary, and now it's happening. So it makes me wonder if the AI is going to be a bit more competitive for victory
By popular
conditions.
demand, raising
they can now
penalties have
compete.
been reduced. We've removed the +1 free war support opponents would gain each time you raised a settlement. Instead, raising a settlement doubles the normal conquest influence penalty. There's still a consequence for tearing down a settlement, but we hope that this one feels more forgiving.
Okay, so what is the normal? What is normal? Okay, well here it says -8. Is that normal? I have a lot of questions about this. This is the part you don't like. Well, I have some questions because I don't really fully understand the math of it all because okay, you're losing 1 war support. You used to lose 1 war support with every future civ in any future war. So that's 60 per civ. So let's say like you have like 3 people you go to war with constantly. So it's 120 influence penalty. This is more than that. Normal is the keep option. Oh. -4 influence per turn while you control the settlement. Wait, QBR, I've never even noticed that. You get a penalty for keeping the settlement? Where's the non-penalty one? Damn, go Pack Go. Would you like to explain? Is it what I've explained, or do you have another reason for hating it? There's always been a penalty, I know, for raising. I just never knew there was one for keeping the settlement. But it's double now. Okay. There's always been a penalty for keeping too. Well, you know, Ski, I don't read my sentences fully. I always stop at the first few words, which is not great for a game like this. You get penalized for playing the game. Yeah, and -4 It can add up quickly depending on how many cities you're trying to take. No way, Thorite. It was never in the UI. Why? Why? But the math just isn't mathing for me. It adds up, especially on Pangea. Well, I think Go Pack Go, like for me on Antiquity, my question is how much are we losing in Antiquity? Because that's when it's going to really hurt. In Exploration, hub towns are so strong that it's not going to be that big of a penalty, right? Because let's say you have 10 towns at like 10 influence per turn, that's 100. So for you to get to 100, it's going to be a lot of raising. You have to raise like more than 10 cities. It's okay. Thank you, War Gear. Okay. Influence penalty varies only -2 in Antiquity for keeping the settlement or raising. Is it 1 and 2 or is it 2 and 4? Ooh, Genghis Khan. Well, that's also interesting. Like having a leader play with this mechanic will be really fun. -2 for keeping. Yeah, that's awful. -4 for raising in Antiquity is really tough because really your influence, where are you getting it from? You're getting it from, you start with 10 and then you get it from the monument and the villa, but that's just 5, I think. So at most you have 15 if you're not playing a specialty civ like Han or Greece. It makes raising in Antiquity Age really difficult, but I'm trying to think. Oh, but you know what? That 60 war support, isn't that just Antiquity? Am I forgetting? Does that scale up too? The free war support for raising was too harsh. I mean, but Ben, it's just 60 in Antiquity. I think maybe 90 or 120. I don't remember in the next stage. And so -8 to get to, ugh, I don't remember. Does anyone remember the numbers? Hey, Faker, how's it going? But the free war support, it was much. Yeah, okay. I'm starting to go on Go Pack Go side here. My internet is back, thank God. It's been rough. You know, my internet literally went out just before I started streaming. I was like, oh no. But I had to plug in my Ethernet cable. I think that was the issue. Um, but Benjamin, I think the war support was better than this because, first of all, you don't have to go to war with everyone, right? So that hypothetical war support you're losing with everyone, that includes your allies. That includes people you may not go to war with at all. So I mean, hopefully in most of your games, you're not fighting more than 3 wars at once. Hi, John. Catch you up. We just started. We're talking about the raising penalty. Have you taken a look at the patch notes? Because we're just 2 minutes into the video here. Right? So hypothetically, that war support shouldn't be as penalizing as this, right? Because you need your influence at all times for many different things. 100% Cayman. We definitely need liberate settlement, liberate city state. We need a third option. You know, this like keep and raise. Sometimes you don't want to do either. The free war support also means unhappiness, but only if you're at war, right, Bleach? Yeah, Thor, I'm 100% with you. I would have gone that way first. +1 free war support against you in wars with that civilization. Because, like, let's say role playing here, that civilization, you burn down their city, they're not gonna like you. It makes sense that they would like rally the troops. It would like boost their morale, maybe. I don't know. I don't do war IRL. but they would like get support because they really hate you. And in future wars, they remember. They won't forget that you burned down one of their cities. But why does everyone else care? Okay, that's what I thought, Ski. Support cost scale, it's not 60, it's a lot more. Oh, well, you mean later on. Well, that's a good point. Let's say you've already invested like 3 war support. The next one's probably like what, 240 or something, 120 to 240. So it costs more, I guess. But I don't know how else to understand the cost of war support because it's not 240 and it's not 60. Um, I do like how this is just this age, I guess. I think it needs to just go down. There needs to be if they want to keep it with just influence and not play with war support anymore for raising, it needs to not go up while you control the settlement -8 once it's raised. I feel like that should be opposite. You don't want to be penalized forever for something you don't even remember doing. Hey Nasasu, do we like the changes? I like all of them except this one so far. I've only looked at 2 changes. But I do think this is manageable in exploration in modern. War crimes carry costs. Yeah, we need a liberate option. I agree. Some because especially with settlement limits, we need liberate. 100% agree. Valheim when? I don't know. Richard just wrapped up on a movie. I don't know if he's got more lined up, but if not, I'm gonna play with them soon, hopefully. Mm. I don't know, Gus. It is movie shooting season, and I'm sure Canada's super busy because everyone is probably leaving. They never did the tariffs on Hollywood, right? So everyone's leaving to shoot in Canada. I love that idea. Yeah, convert it to a free city like a city state. That sounds great. But you know what? There are so many dumb little cities and towns all over the map. That's almost too strong. They should just go back to being independent people or something. Like go back to the very beginning because it's too strong if it turns immediately to a city state that supports you. And then if they go back to being just a normal IP, then they won't be their next era, which is nice too. Just empty out the map a little bit that way. But then that gets around the concept of raising. I don't know. I don't know what they're supposed to do here. I think it needs just more cooking, but I see why liberating is a hard one to incorporate here. What did we used to do in Civ 6? We used to just raise. We used to keep because there's no settlement limit. Maybe convert it or cities you capture don't count as full settlements, can be half settlements. This is the worst thing they did since the foot tier ban. Agree. Well, Spraxis didn't ban my feet list. Raising in 6 was instant, exactly. It was instant, but it was never a good thing to do because a city is always better than no city, even if it's a crap city. That's not true in Civ 7 because of your limit. Ooh, Thorite. That's actually such a great trade-off. I like that idea so much. Raising a city turned a percentage of its pops into migrants. I really, really, really love that idea because there can't only be penalty for raising because you don't want to raise. Realistically, you want to keep cities. You only raise because the game is forcing your hand because of settlement limit. So we need a reason. Like, I feel like there's too many negative things already involved here, and there needs to be something good that comes out of war. Migrants that fled to your opponents. Migrants that go wherever they want. Hi, Anja Denara. How are you doing? Oh my God, I think I forgot to message you, but nice to see you. I saw your food pics. I'm glad you're enjoying New York. It's been crazy here. It's been crazy here. I just got internet and I didn't have service at home, so there was no way to message you. Um, but anyways, if you have feel like a fool trying to support and enjoy the game when it's been a mixed bag. Okay, I feel like Cayman, if I lived in a, hopefully I'm saying your name right. If I lived in like black hole without the noise around me about how bad this game is, I would be enjoying myself a lot more, which is kind of funny in that sense that like I'm feeling peer pressure to not like the game. And there's so much I really don't like about Civ 7, but at the end of the day, it's a game and it's fun. And like sometimes games are good, sometimes they're bad, sometimes they're for you, and sometimes they're not for you. Oh, the ka is pronounced like ra. Kamen, Japanese for mask. Ooh, kamen. Hopefully I know how ra is pronounced. Man, that must sound so American. Cayman. Like Cayman Islands. Common, thank you. You like it a lot more than when Civ 6 came out. I wasn't there for when Civ 6 came out. I couldn't afford it. Which, I mean, that's a lot of people for Civ 7, unfortunately. You're right, Gus, it's copium. But like, yeah, this is my favorite franchise, and they got some things right, they got some things wrong. I don't care. I just want to have fun. Have you ever played a game that penalizes you for pursuing a victory condition? That's what this is. That's the thing, Go Paco. There's a really difficult balance between trying to make things make sense in a game about history and, you know, humanity versus making the game make sense on a game design level. And what you're talking about is a game design level. On the other level, there should be, like someone said, penalty for war crimes, right? It would make no sense if there's no war crime penalty. So it's a tough balance. Well, Discord's been kind or our Discord's great, but Reddit's been kind of crazy. I love that scheme. I'm very easily influenced. Yeah, just take 60 influence points and I'll hate or love this game. Every game pushes against winning. That's what makes it a game. Okay, see, that's also a good point. Um, what do you think about these changes then, Seek? I'm curious to have your thoughts. Well, that's the other thing. Like I mean, I've really stopped reading all those posts about how to make Civ 7 better game on Reddit, even though I love Reddit and I love the drama, because everyone has a different opinion. Like if I was a game developer, I would lose my mind. Like why is everyone saying something different? The one thing I think we can all agree on is the UI is ugly, and they're not even fixing that. Ooh, hey Mississippi, you're done playing Baroque Frederick, and it felt smoother last time you played with him. Have you been playing Mississippi Moo? Because I haven't seen you've been posting about Civ 6, right? Hi, Fake Yenny. I'm good. I've got internet again, so I'm happy. You're indifferent. You never raise. Yeah, I mean that's been my philosophy, but I don't know. It's is how punishing is it to have so many cities over your settlement limit? We'll see. We'll have to play and figure this out. You've been going back and forth with 6 and 7. Okay, cool. Okay, let's see what
We
else
may
we got
have
here.
nerfed raising penalties, but 121 brings a
I just don't know if this is true. I just don't know if they've nerfed raising penalties. I want to say they've done it's basically on par, or maybe it's worse now. I'm not a math head. Someone else who understands math, tell me what you think.
A whole lot of buffs for leaders and civs, including
I love that.
Pachacuti.
Oh, I'm so
Friedrich
excited for
Oblique.
Patrick. Okay, wait, we gotta read them. Also, I love the little thing. Guys, it looks like I'm really strong, but this is I'm not. It's fake. I have like faux strong arms. Okay, anyways. Patrick Cutie. They should have put a T in here. That would have been funny. Cities gain a bonus to production equal to 10% of that city's food. This is so good. We're playing Pachacuti, right? This is amazing. Production is hard to come by. Food is easy to come by. 10% of that city's food, I could easily get to 10 production. I could even get to 100 production. Let's do a food game. This is making me want to try Pachacuti. And I have to say, like, they made him so much less cute. Right? He was so much more cute in Civ 6. Why did Simon Bolivar get a glow up and Pachacuti got a glow down? We have a patch of cooties. It used to be Pachacuti Neo. Pacha. Wait, Pachacuti. Oh, faker. That took me a second. Yeah, this is gonna be amazing. Taking the cutie out of Pachacuti, exactly. I know. I'm so excited for this. It's specifically cities, which is fine. I'm so excited for that.
Oblique and Baroque.
Oh, wait. Oh, just read it to me. I have to read myself. Gain infantry unit when you complete a tech or mastery or construct a science building. I wonder if this is bugged like all the other tech mastery stuff is. Wait, did you just say, Mississippi, you were playing Baroque or Oblique? Let me go up. You were playing... Baroque. Okay, you were playing this one. Gain infantry unit when you complete a civic mastery. Okay, so hopefully it's not bugged on your experience, because like Note G gives you production both on masteries and just normal techs. Ooh, you're playing right now. You can churn out units like crazy. Why is Baroque better than Oblique? So funny to say. Because there's more tech masteries. I guess in Antiquity, your science building, your second one comes later, but in Exploration, there's faster science buildings. Well, there's always two kind of building. There's always two science and two culture. But I will say, Thorite, there's probably more culture unique buildings. So it depends who you're playing with. Who is he good with?
Jose Rizal.
Also, did they get like, what is the lighting here? I like the models up here. A lot of civic masteries came from your civ choice of Greece. Okay, and Greece, if I'm not mistaken, have a culture building too. Obliques start with merit. Ooh. Carthage, which has a gold and production building. Chola has a culture building. And then Prussia, I don't know much about. Okay, this needed, completely needed. Jose Rizal was feeling really weak. Super weak. And specifically the 20 influence per age is really the strong point here. Can really snowball some influence here. And the reason why this is so important is because city-states are really OP. And so having any advantage towards city-states is going to help you here. 20 culture was nothing. By the end of Antiquity, you should be at like 200 to 300 culture. By the end of Exploration, you should be like at 1,000 culture. And so, like, what is 40 culture going to do for you? Yeah, the influence helps a lot. It's such a hard currency to come by. Gold adds nothing, but it's nice to have, I think. I missed something about Baroque. And then Benjamin, are you writing pay slay or is it just because your name length? Oh, +1 culture per age on displayed great works. You're right. Oh, a completely new ability on Baroque and not on Oblique. Okay. Again, I mean, what are we talking about? At most 15 culture, right? I mean, because it's so annoying. Wait, I'm thinking about. Ooh, I'm thinking about relics. Sorry, that's +30 culture. Uh, Codices probably you can get to 10, so +10 culture. I would love to see them rework Great Works. I could see that being a patch I would buy because I'm a nerd. Like Great Works being more involved in the game, being more specific, being actual Great Works from real life. Okay, High Ships, it's been needing an update. Let's see if this is any good. +1 culture per age for each unique resource you have. So not imported. Oh no. I think this is worse. I'm thinking this is worse because it used to be +1 culture per age for each imported resource period. And now it's each unique resource. Well, I'm guessing they removed the imported one, right, Faker? So this is supposed to make that stronger, but it's a nerf. They made her nerf. It's a nerf. Yeah, but it's each unique resource. You're capped at what, like 8? How many unique resources? Well, now we have more resources, so I haven't counted. How many are there in antiquity now? Well, it's got to be more than 8 because it used to be 8. It's true. That's a good point. You lose imported resources during war, which I mean, she shouldn't be going to war anyways. I think war I was importing more than 7 to 20 because that's how you want to play her. Like you can import like an infinite amount of resources. Did you have to place them also to um get the culture? I don't remember if you have to put them in your cities, but you could get so many imported ones. The issue is, I think what Benjamin is pointing out, the issue that she was having that made her so weak is by the time you unlock merchants, it's kind of like 30, 40, maybe even 50% through the age, depending on if you go for your unique civics or not. So unlocking merchants just took way too long for her ability to kick in. But once it did, it was stronger than this. Yeah, she shouldn't be the common. You avoid it with trade routes, Edgerton. I don't know if you were here, but we made Jose Rizal and our ally, continued our allyship, even though we had different ideologies. It's Drewski, Snowball, earliest key. I agree. I just wish she had more of a buff. This feels kind of more of a balance rather than a buff. I wish it was +1 culture for each resource you have. Is that crazy? That's not crazy. I wish they got rid of unique. Because, I mean, at most, that's like 40 culture. With Mississippian,
Himiko High
yeah, and
Shaman.
get Monk's Mound. Oh, God, wait. Wait, I can't read like that fast. Wait. Okay. 2 happiness per age on happiness buildings and influence buildings. I mean, unfortunately, I haven't played her yet, so I don't know how this is. Um, I had just like 2 happiness, whatever. I don't care if people are happy. 50% production towards constructing happiness and influence buildings. I mean, this is fine. I think the problem is that you're not going to feel it. It's not going to feel good, but she's already strong, no?
Himiko High Shaman. Great Britain.
It's already bonkers. Yeah, she's already strong. Oh, they're finally purchasable. That's right. That's right. You can get it if you never got the Founders Edition. They skipped Xerxes. Okay, I'm gonna go check that out. Uh, actually, let's check that out now. Is it in the written part? I love this GIF. Oh my god, we got a new GIF. I'm gonna make a video about her bronze mirror here. Even though I'm not super expert in it, I feel like I know enough to make a video. Okay, Xerxes, the key minutes adds 10 range. Oh, they give a little note. That's so awesome. Okay, I want to read what happened here. Xerxes' focus on trade works well, but weighing settlement placement disconnected. Reconnection successful. Am I still alive? Yep. Okay, cool. That was weird. God. Hopefully that wasn't my internet again. Yes. It's fine. I don't think it's needed because towns did this anyways. You just had to know how to use the mechanic. And since there's no hub towns in antiquity, it was fine. Well, it's all right. Now you have trade towns, +5 per town. Did I go away? Uh-oh. Oh, Twitch is gone. Twitch disconnected. We're back. Oh gosh. Does it start all over again? Oh God. And maybe Twitch isn't working. You lost me on YouTube too, Faker? Oh my God. I can't wait to get out of here. Is it my internet? Okay. That's so awful. This is with an Ethernet cable. What is happening? Ugh, okay. I think I need to turn off Twitch then. My upload's good. Yeah, I'm gonna pause on Twitch for now, unfortunately. That sucks. The download is awful here, huh? I don't know what's happening. Um, I'll give it a moment and then try Twitch again, but don't know what happened. It's not even turning on. Anyways, I want to know what happened with Hatshepsut. And hi, Madeline. How are you doing? It's me. It's not you. It's me, not you. We saw Hatshepsut struggle for a unique ability outside of the Antiquity Age, especially as the war-heavy gameplay. Wait, was it not per age before? Um, Maintaining trade routes difficult. That's a good point. With these changes, we hope to continue to incentivize trade to acquire every kind of resource, but leave multiple paths to taking advantage of our ability. Totally makes sense. It's good. It's fine. Don't make it unique, and I would be very happy. It wasn't per age before. I think you're right, Thor. I think that must have been a mistake on their part. It should have been per age from the beginning. We raised it. I have minus influence points. Oh, wait. And then the civs themselves. God. Antiquarian gives 20 culture per tile from your capital when you use excavate artifact. Financial centers give 2 gold and signs per connected settlement. Okay. I don't know if they needed a buff, but I'm glad they got one, I guess.
Kumai.
This one is so important. This actually made me not pick Kamai anymore because you were incentivized to place districts on floods. And then the next age it would flood and you would be broke. So this is so good.
Majapahit.
Yaski, it's awesome that they give us their rationale. That's amazing sort of communication on their part. Carthage Hatshepsut viable? Yeah, because Carthage already wants unique resources, right? Fake Yenny, because of their Numidian cav, which we got pretty strong cav again, even with the bug fix. So yeah, it's a good one, I think. Each built Pura gives a discount on converting towns into cities. I don't know what a Pura is, unfortunately. Okay. Don't remember.
Normans.
The Donjon gives a 10% production bonus to cavalry. Oops. In settlements, you built it in. Okay.
Inca.
Fine. Ooh, okay, Inca. I'm so excited for Inca. Hi, Erica. How are you doing? Nice to see you. The terrace farm gives you food and has a gold adjacency with buildings. Gives food. Terrace farm gives food and has a gold. Okay. Would love to know what this was before. Do you really want terrace farms next to buildings, though? Can be placed on any rough terrain. Thank God. Without features. Or rivers. Ooh. Without features? What's a feature? You can't have rough terrain vegetated. Yeah, Neo. I'm sorry. It wouldn't work on Twitch. I tried twice. I'll try again in a bit. I think my internet's being weird. Constructible is super clear regiment. I don't know about you, but I totally understand constructible. Put that in the Discord now. So, okay, wait, let me try it one more time. It says we're live. We're back. Oh, but now it's start a new ad in 3 minutes. That's so oh, we're not live. That's so weird. Is it me or is it Twitch? Anyways, I'm excited for Inca. I want to play Pachacudi Inca.
Russia.
+1 culture and science on districts, double in tundra. I think they needed something, so that's fine, I guess. Okay, sweet. Thank you, Thorite. We're live. Sorry, Twitch. I promise I'll have better internet on Monday when I'm back home. So the Obshchina provides +2 culture and tundra and +2 food to all farms in this settlement. So not adjacent ones only, so that's good.
And Songhai.
I'm gonna try to snooze that ad. Okay, and then Songhai. Okay, so the contest, if it creates treasure fleets in the homelands, worth 2 points. I'm assuming you still need navigable river. The Tajiro merchant new ability is cheaper to build. Unit is cheaper to build. Okay. +3 gold for each active trade route. Okay, Songhai, I mean, I don't think they needed these buffs, but okay, I'll take them.
While UI improvements are high on our radar, this update is a bit lighter in terms of those changes.
Wait, I'm sorry, I didn't know they were doing UI improvements. Is that new?
We're setting the
literally
stage for some bigger
one more turn.
improvements
I
coming
agree with
soon,
him so much.
a couple of which you'll see later this June, and plenty more planned down the road. And last but not least, for all
Cal
our
goes
harder
to the
difficulty
notes.
players, we made some tweaks to beef up the AI, including improvements to commander pathing, offering peace treaties, city defense, and warfare. We can't thank you enough for the feedback and bug reports that you shared with our team as you build your empires.
Literally,
Every piece of
shout
it
out to
goes
everyone who does a
long
bug
way
report.
in
I
getting
never do
these
it.
updates out to you, and we promise there's a lot still cooking behind the scenes that we can't wait to share with you. We hope you enjoy 121. Keep letting us know what you think, and remember to build something you believe in.
Let's get that tagline in. Okay, I think from what I've seen so far, these are much bigger changes than we saw in any previous patch. And I think, what did we say last time? We said, what was our phrase when people ask, how's the new patch? It's a good start. And I don't think I can say that about this patch. It's more than just a start. It's, we used to say it's a step in the right direction. That was our canned response. I think this one is much larger. I would say adding Pangea on its own is a huge, huge update. Well, Benjamin, they have to say something. Yeah, they didn't mention Bulgaria. So we got these done. Yes, 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 yes. All the leaders except Xerxes, Civs, Bulgaria. The Tarahan commander now allows units to pillage for one movement instead of no movement. No, that was so much fun. No, no, no. It was too strong. It was too strong. It's true. No movement was so insane. I'm going to say this is a nerf I agree with. Swap the effects of the Krum's dynasty unique ability that grants food on pillaging with the false retreat tradition that grants production on pillaging. So, what? When age transitioning, you'll now inherit the new false retreat tradition that grants food. Okay, so it used to be ability and tradition. So ability only stays in that age. Tradition you carry on with you. It was so strong. You can still do false retreat as an ability, right? But it's only in your own age. And so what you saw when we played Bulgaria in our no settling game, we zero turned it's called the Ivy Project. What's it called? The win condition. We zero turned that. We could zero turn nukes. The Manhattan Project, the Ivy Project. No, Manhattan Project. We zero turned everything basically. It was such a strong tradition. If you wanted it, if you wanted to use it, but now you get food as the tradition. Yeah, we zero turned Manhattan Project. Okay, thank you, Neil. It's for me. It was strong. I don't know if I like it. I think having strong traditions is good. I don't know if I like this. What we're replacing it with is not as fun. I like part one. I don't like part two. I'll put it that way. I'm now live? Wait, that took so long. Well, it's still fun in this one age, I guess. You get to keep it in exploration age. Okay, these we all read. Wow, they gave up history for the game. And then Songhai. Okay. I like the dev notes. I'll read them on my own time. AI, it's fine. It doesn't matter. The influence cost of the levy unit action now equals its production costs. I guess it didn't. It should have already. Open borders are now lost after an alliance is accepted, rejected, or lost. I guess it always did. They now clarify it does. He said, too bad history wasn't fun, right? It was totally broken. So, Ski, do you agree with the new change of making it not a tradition? You should be able to build terrace farms on hills. I mean, yeah, I guess rough terrain is technically hill. I feel like there's not enough play with cliffs in this game. Would love more cliff work, if that makes sense. Cliff game work. Uh, never got that bug. Less volcano spawning next to each other, which I think is a good change. Sometimes it was crazy. Okay. So incense wasn't working. I never knew. I never used it. I didn't like it. I hate missionaries anyways. Fishing boats on reef or resource tiles will now properly receive the one happiness bonus when playing as Hawaii. Yikes, didn't know that wasn't working. There's a lot of bug fixes in this one, which I feel like the last patch didn't give us. So this is more than a step in the right direction. This is 2 steps in the right direction. Modern is too easy as it is. That's such a good point. Agreed. Not more cliffs, more work on cliffs. Yeah. Agreed. That's the thing. There's so many cliffs and there's not much happening with them. Agreed, Thor. I'm wondering if they fixed some of the biggest ones though. Uh oh, they fixed the bridge one. So you can't spam bridges. Oh, that's an interesting bug. Distant lands were valid targets for IP raids. Independent powers will no longer display negative influence costs when attempting to befriend. Okay. Dispersed independents do no longer retain white dotted tiles in the UI when the grow city, grow town action is active. Thank you. Duplicate independent powers will no longer appear. Did not know that happened. Uh oh. Ooh, where's the attribute menu? Oh, I literally want to check that right now. My game, my game's, my game bugged. Shit. What happened? That too. Oh my God. Okay, I need a break. I need a moment. I'll be right back. The internet keeps crashing. Okay. Well, I'm alive, right? Your internet hates woman. God. Guys, what are we gonna do about this? Is it really my internet? Am I even on my Ethernet keep? Mm.